Hello everyone, I'm Mike Jones, and we're back here to continue on with our medical exercise training 101 ebook tips. This is tip number 28. If you don't mind, I'm going to read the tip, then we'll talk about it. Tip 28, can I offer MET services to athletes and kids? Yes, these are two major markets for medical exercise training professionals. When I think of kids, I usually don't think of obese or diabetic, and I should think that way. I think of young athletes, but many of our medical exercise specialists work with young diabetics, obese kids, and young injured athletes. Of course, after physical therapy and medical care is done and they've gotten an authorization or a referral for exercise. This is a great opportunity to demonstrate the great outcomes medical exercise training can produce. Modifying the MET diabetes program for a child is pretty easy. Developing a specialty in child obesity or in diabetes is also a very good idea. There certainly is definitely a need. And if you could find a physician that is willing to work with you and maybe you need to get some additional training, I think it's a great idea. Providing MET services to young athletes is pretty much a no-brainer. Now, folks, I built a number of physical therapy clinics based on the idea of taking care of injured athletes, especially if they had surgery, and they were usually in the junior high school range. The great opportunity associated with helping athletes is the exposure you'll receive in the community. I can tell you for sure, when we saw a young athlete, if their parent or a adult family member was injured, at some point we probably saw them. The techniques you use with young athletes are very similar to the techniques you'll use with your average client. Just adjust the program to produce a higher functional outcome. You will use the same guidelines and limitations as any other MET client. So yes, providing services to athletes and kids is certainly within the realm of a medical exercise professional. Now, let me make sure you understand though, please. Medical exercise training was designed for that middle-aged or older client that was discharged from physical therapy or chiropractic care or the medical services, and now they weren't getting any more care in those areas, but they needed an exercise program. And the therapist, the chiropractor, the physician all had agreed upon that. Now, when you start talking about working with the injured young athlete, make sure you get the referral from the doctor, therapist, or chiropractor, and you're clear as a medical exercise professional or a personal trainer exactly what went on. If there was a surgical procedure, make sure you talk to the therapist to make sure you understand what's done in therapy. I think too many times we try to freelance it with these things. I'm a trainer, I'm just going to get started with this individual. Make sure you understand, because sometimes certain exercises can make something worse or exacerbate it. Now, remember this. There was force necessary to generate the injury. Exercise generates force. And you can use an exercise even if you're doing everything properly, and the exercise can still generate too much force for that individual that's going through the healing process. So make sure you check with the doctor, therapist, chiropractor, and most importantly, remember, exercise is the key to long-term management. So working with that athlete, the young athlete is great, and do think about working with the diabetic child, the obese child, because we certainly need it. So all the best. Thank you. Please go over to MET101ebook.com and download your free copy of the ebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you can get the next video. All the best. Take care.